Hi, my Aries and Aries rising friends. Sandra from ForYourChi.com here today to do your monthly tarot and oracle card reading for February 2022. Thank you so much for being here with me on YouTube. On YouTube, we're going to do the first 6 houses and then houses here on YouTube, and then houses 7 through 12 will be contained in the extended in the description box below. It is on Patreon. However, I've made it affordable so that everyone can afford to get this, especially since once you hit tier 2, you're going to have access to all 12 of the zodiac signs, not just your one video. Okay, we have a lot to talk about in this 6th house reading. First house, Aries, the base chakra. You are going through the motions. You are not having any fun as February begins. What is the... okay, so this is also a number 1 card. You also have the Metal King. I'm using Colette Baron Reed's Hidden Wisdom of the Realm deck, which I've never used in videos before except for these February videos. I found this deck in the depths of my closet and I pulled it out and I had forgotten about it. I love the way that it flows with my tarot and these 12 house readings, so I might just use it for a while. But the Metal King in the Oracle talks about discipline, armor, and boundaries. Do you need to set some boundaries, Aries? I know that's a weird thing to say to an Aries, but for some of you, maybe your own children or family or best friends have been taking from you and you feel depleted and you just don't have that much to give. Also, the number 1 or the number 10 may be significant to you because you pulled this 1 card. And the Metal King is 37, which equals a 10, which equals a 1. It's kind of funny that you pulled 1 and 1, both in the first house. Your life path also may be a 1, Aries. Now, the other thing is the discipline. You know, a lot of Aries are disciplined. A lot of Aries were in the military. However, there might be something that you need to change in your daily routine, and you've known that you need to change it. It could be diet. Diet related. Maybe you know that you need to slack off of something or completely quit eating a certain substance because of the way that it makes you feel. It makes you feel like you have low energy, right? You know, also, I'm getting... this dude is wearing a mask. And by the way, I have a hat on because I just got done shoveling snow. This dude is wearing a mask. Are we being 100% honest with ourselves, Aries, as we come to the table in certain situations, maybe relationships? Is there something that you need to disclose to another person that you just haven't done yet? Okay? These are all things that may be on your mind. But it may be time to do that now. Your second house, choose wisely. Okay, so this is a decision that needs to be made with regard to money. This could be a big expense that perhaps seems to be coming up. This could be an investment decision, choice. You know, this could be what to physically do with your stuff. This could be an item that someone is asking to borrow also. However, the energy feels too scattered here for you to make a decision. So if you can put it off in February, I would advise that you put it off until at least March. You can revisit the issue in March. If it can be done. If it can't be done, then I completely understand. You got to do what you got to do. What's the advice card here? Sisters of the Seasons, Cycles of Growth, Natural Law, and Divine Order. So even though the energy feels scattered for you to make a decision, it's going to be important to use the affirmation, everything is in divine order just the way it is right now. The more that you say that, the more that the universe will respond in kind to your words, because after all, The God code is living within you in your DNA. It's the power that I've talked about for years on these YouTube readings and for a decade in my private reading tarot card practice and on my podcast that I did for a year. It's going to be important to utilize those affirmations as much as possible. Now, let's go to your third house, brother or sister triumph. This is the Knight of Swords card in traditional tarot. It is quite possible that an event happens in your brother or sister's life, or anyone that you would consider a brother sister, that they need to take swift action, or they could be pursued with swift action by the Knight of Swords. You know, this could be someone who wants to date your sibling, something like that. The advice card for them is Dreamwalker, their dreams, their collective goods, and their illusions. Now, I feel like whatever this is that's happening with them or to them, it isn't a result of their asking. They are wanting this person or this news to come in, whatever this is. So this overall is a good thing. And they may need to take the swift action in their own life to realize their own dreams and that which they've asked for. So, you know, you may need to be the person that says to them, it's time to put your money where your mouth is, or something to that effect. Now, your house of home, obstacles and challenges. The energy in the home is feeling challenging. I feel like I always give Aries this message for some reason. Correct me if I'm wrong. Things are not going smoothly where you live or who you live with, or it could be both. The High Lord of gratitude and service, selflessness, humility, and conscious action. It's quite possible that the Aries may need to take I wanted to say decisive, but it wanted to come out divisive. So take that as it resonates. It's possible that you could take divisive action or need to take divisive action in order to cut through the muck to finally rid yourself of these obstacles and challenges in your house. Do you have an older child who's living with you that's causing friction every day? You may need to deal with that. If they're old enough, then maybe it's time for them to get their own place, right? If they're not old enough to get their own place and you are having to tolerate this, then it's going to be time to implement new structured rules and consequences when those rules aren't followed, Aries, right? And this could all be leading back to the first house. Too many people are leeching off the Aries teat, such that the Aries is being sucked dry. I'm just the messenger. Okay? What do we have in your fifth house? Better news in the fifth house. Okay, socialization and fun. This is the card of partnerships and contracts. And in your fifth house, it simply means say yes, Aries, as long as you can, to all the social invitations that you receive. Now, for some of you, you may actually be seeking out groups to go to because you're networking for your business. That is a very good thing because this is a very prominent networking message with this contract card in your fifth house. This could also be an agreement to date someone, or someone is agreeing to date you, mutual agreement, arrangement, because the fifth house rules your dating life. The single Aries were shouting. I could hear you. What do we have here? The Queen of Light, illumination, enlightenment, and celebration. Well, hallelujah, Aries. I mean, this is the best news that I've seen in one of your readings yet, right? It seems like every reading is super challenging. Now we get on to the sixth house, speaking of challenging. Now, this is going to be split down the middle. I can never guarantee you what the karma card means, for sure. Sixth house, remember, rules work and health. But always know that the karma that shows up when this happens is big time. So it's going to go one way or the other. It can be really good or it could be really not so good. I'm not going to lie. I'll be honest with you. Now you've got, as a combo breaker, right? You've got the Lady of Lightning. This card actually says surprises and sometimes shock. A total paradigm shift. Number 8. Okay? When you have the Lady of Lightning and the karma in your 6th house, something big is either happening to you at work or it's happening to your health. For those Aries that are having any health problems whatsoever and you have not sought medical attention, you must do so as soon as possible. Or maybe you have sought medical attention, and you haven't gotten an answer. It is time to pound the pavement to get answers. And oftentimes you have to go somewhere else. Second and a third opinion. Okay? This is going to mean something different for every Aries. This has to do with a contract that you have agreed to before you ever signed on to this lifetime. Now, this Lady of Lightning can also be an epiphany moment, an aha moment. I've had that happen too, where you are struck by certain and new information that never has occurred to you before. For some of you, I'm getting this, you may be linking a new health problem to something that has gone on recently in your health life in the last 12 months or thereabouts. For others of you, this could mean that you meet someone, and I've had this happen too, especially with this karma card, from a past lifetime, and they could show up at your work. Or they could show up at your doctor's office. And all of a sudden, the two of you hit it off. Okay? This is major, major news. Please drop me a comment at the end of February and let me know what happened for you in that 6th house reading. Now, we're about to go to the extended reading. We have quite a message in your 7th house of relationships, Aries. It is not going to be a boring month for you overall. Now, I always like to look at the tarot cards to see what signs show up for my Aries, particularly for my single Aries. We've got cups that show up twice. Heavy water. That's Scorpio. That's Cancer. That's Pisces. You also have swords, which are the air signs, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini here for you. Okay, I can't wait to deliver this 7th house message. I'll see you in the extended if it calls to you. If not, I'll catch you next time. We're in the collectives. Many blessings to Aries.